And welcome to another edition of Coffee and Comics for this week of Wednesday, the no date. Anyways, we got a lot to cover today with some comic book news. Sorry, a little allergies. And also, I have a crap ton of Batman comic books. New ones, too. Look at those. Look at those. Just like a crap ton. There's Batman, Red Hood, Batgirl, Nightwing, and then a fun little Batman Little Gotham. I thought that was fun because, the Batman one issue of Batman Robin they had a Bat Cow. So this is pretty funny. But alright, so also if you're in the San Jose area this week, I will also be at the WoW Pop Comic Con, but they don't call it a con, they call it a festival. It's the same thing. Uh, yeah, I'll be there in San Jose, so you should stop by and check out the con, buy some comics, read some comics, buy some toys, get some cool posters like I have back here. And also, I'm, dressed. I got Nightwing, Robin, and then, I got the most best cup in the world right here. Orange juice because allergies, everything. But, so, let's get started with some comic book news. On superhero or comicbookmovies.com, they have a new trailer for the S.H.I.E.L.D. initiative show on ABC, which is going to be more agents and have one. I think it's going to have Luke Cage in it because, there's a black dude, jumps out of a building, makes a dent in the street. That's Luke Cage. So it's probably going to be mostly the agents working with Luke Cage, no other superheroes. But they do show montages of the Avengers, and also they have action figures of the Avengers. So, but I think it's going to be really good. At the same time, I'm not really wondering how they're going to make Coulson alive because there's a little confusing little note in the new preview that says that they're interviewing a new agent, and he said they asked him, "What do you know about the Avengers?" And he said, "All I know is that," or they asked him, "What do you know about Coulson?" And he says, "All I know is that he died helping out the Avengers in the New York fiasco." And then all of a sudden, Coulson shows up. So I don't know how they're going to play that out, but it looks really good. So check that out. Also, I'm going to read from my cards here, my notes, because I can't really remember all this. Also, there's Iron Man, the Iron Man writer for Iron Man 3. He's going to be writing for Mission Impossible 5, which is the final installment of the Mission Impossible series. So if you're a fan of those movies, or not a fan of those movies and you just want to go watch it and ridicule it like every other person that does sometimes, we'll see. Go check it out when it comes out. I have no release date for that, but they're just talking about him writing the new Mission Impossible. So we'll see how that turns out. Also, there's a let's see. Oh, Captain America's girlfriend in the first Captain America movie is going to have a Marvel short one shot. I think it's not really a full length movie, but it's like a short film that they're going to be showing at this year's Comic Con for a preview of Winter Soldier. So, if you have gotten tickets for Comic Con before it's sold out in like 3 seconds, then you'll have a great surprise to see a Marvel short of what happened after Rogers crashed the ship into the ocean. What happened to her and how did she move on after thinking that Captain America or Roy Rogers is dead? So I think that would be really cool to see when Comic Con happens, and also see if they hint anything to the new movie at the same time. So hopefully, whoever goes to that enjoys it and possibly puts stuff online, maybe, for people like us that didn't get tickets, maybe. I don't know. I'm not condoning, first of all, not condoning recording this because that's bad and that's not right. But if it happens to somehow get online, that'd be nice. Also, there's a new Shield. There's a new Hunger Games poster for the Catch the Fire. If any of you people are into Hunger Games or into Jennifer Lawrence, who is pretty awesome, as I've heard. Yeah, there's a new poster out for her, and there's a preview out for the teaser trailer for that. So if you like the Hunger Games, go on to, you can go to iTunes or superhero. I don't understand why it's on superheromovies.com or superhero hype, because she's not really a superhero. She's kind of like Hawkeye, which is she just really good at a bow and arrow. But and speaking of Hawkeye, which is a great segue to it, they don't know if they're gonna do a movie of Hawkeye. They're thinking he won't be in Phase 2, or they may possibly recast him for the Avengers 2, which would suck because Jeremy Renner was really good as Hawkeye. But they're worried about if Hawkeye is going to be a background character in the second movie, because they're bringing in Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's talk about Scarlet Witch and Vision also going to be in Avengers 2, so they wouldn't know where to put Hawkeye if that actually happens. So, I hope Jeremy Renner comes back. I'm pretty sure he's coming back, but I really hope so because Hawkeye is a pretty awesome character, and we should all be fortunate to see him in the Avengers. That sounded a little pushy, didn't it? Anyways, point I'm trying to make is that Hawkeye, it shouldn't be a background character. He should be like one of the Avengers because he's pretty awesome and he's a little better at a bow than, we'll say, Katniss. So, don't put him as background character, and I hope Jeremy Renner comes back. So, alright. So now to the Comic Hall and everyone's favorite segment, which is really no one's favorite segment but mine, is it's Batman week. And so I'm going to put my Batman mask on. Because, see, Batman, Nightwing, Robin. So, alright. So let's get started with Batman issue 20. In this issue, Clayface is telling Batman, or Bruce, he doesn't know Bruce is Batman, which is oddly... No, he does know. Sorry, he does know, and he's going to blackmail Bruce into showing everyone that Bruce Wayne is Batman. So, when he bursts into the cave and he says to Bruce, all I need to do is touch you and I will show everyone who Batman really is. And so he finally he puts on a suit that protects his face from getting touched and has this massive battle with Clayface, but somehow Clayface breaks the glass in the face and then touches it, and turns out that, he turns into Batman. Or he turns into Bruce, and Commissioner Gordon and all those guys break in and Clayface goes, oh, look, I am Batman, and Bruce Wayne is Batman, but somehow Bruce Wayne disappears and comes back with a bat suit on, saying that, oh, I stopped Clayface from thinking that Bruce Wayne was Batman, but Clayface is clearly just messing with people, kind of thing. So, although this was an issue that was showing at the end, it's a little tearful, little sentimental, little tearful, because Bruce is still dealing with the death of Damian, and it is slowly starting to break him into pieces. I'll talk about it more in this issue because he slowly starts now. In Batman and Red Hood this is issues where Red Hood, gets all better and starts to put his gear back on, and Batman is like, listen, I want you to come on me with a mission. There's terrorists killing women and raping women and killing children. And Jason Todd is like, wait, you want me to come with you on a mission? So he thought it was pretty awesome. And they had this cool battle fight scene where, Batman is just being Batman and Red Hood is being Red Hood. But at the end of it, he takes, which they have the tumbler in this, by the way, which is pretty cool. He takes Jason Todd to the site where he was beaten to death and then killed. And Batman is trying to say, I thought that you were the one that would understand why I brought you here, and I need you to help me get my son back, and all this stuff. And so then Jason Todd was like, what the fuck? Why are you bringing up old memories? I've tried to forget this for the rest of my life, but now you're just bringing up all these old memories. And they start fighting, and then Red Hood punches Bruce straight in the face, and Bruce is like, listen, I'm still standing. And Jason Todd just takes the car and leaves. So he's slowly cracking, and he's just like taking all of his family and just like pushing them away by bringing up the worst possible things about them, their moments in their lives, which is not what Batman does, but it shows that he's slowly starting to crack a little bit. Let's see what else. And then speaking of Red Hood and the Outlaws, this issue it's more of Rory trying to get Jason Todd to remember who he really was, because Jason Todd got so fed up of trying to be a good Red Hood but still have that dark past, and so he went to one of his masters in that island and told him to erase all of his memories. And so he did, and now Jason Todd doesn't know who his friends are, or he only knows from when he started on this island. That's the only part he knows. It goes from when he's on this island, and that's it. He doesn't know Rory, he doesn't know Starfire, he doesn't know that Damian's dead, he doesn't know Dick Grayson, he doesn't know Barbara, he doesn't know any of the Bat family. All he knows is that he's alive and he wants to make peace, and so he's back on the island. Now Rory is trying to tell him that, listen, you are a badass Batman family, part of the Batman family, or you're a Red Hood. You should, I'm your best friend, Rory. This is your other friend, Starfire. All that stuff. But he's not remembering anything, and it's making Rory kind of sad and pissing him off at the same time. So it's a good issue right here, and it's issue 20. And then we shall go to then we'll go to Batgirl issue 20. As you can see here, there's an obsessive woman that has made a puppet of Batgirl, and this also is going to talk about more of, in the beginning, it's going to talk more about how Batgirl supposedly killed her brother, and Commissioner Gordon saw it. So halfway through this issue, it's going to be more of trying to figure that out, on how Commissioner Gordon wants to find Batgirl and arrest her and take her to justice for having her kill his son. So this is a good issue as well. Next we have Nightwing number 20. This goes from the following issue of where now he's entirely broke. He doesn't want any more of Bruce Wayne's money, but he's living in Chicago with a roommate, and he's trying to investigate some crimes that are happening in Chicago. And this guy right here is getting the best of Nightwing nowadays, because Nightwing's still kind of struggling with Tony Zuko coming back, but yet starting to date his daughter, and the whole thing with Damian. And so it's kind of a balancing act he's trying to do, because he's a trapeze acrobat, so he deals with balance. No. Okay, sorry, that was a bad joke. But this also showing how Dick Grayson's slowly starting to crack a little too, but not as bad as Batman's cracking. So again, this is, and the whole family is starting to crack a little because of what has happened between the Return of the Joker and Damian dying. So it's gonna get crazy. This they're ending this in somehow, some way. I heard that Damian may come back, but I can't wait to see that because that shit will be nuts. And then the fun, lighthearted issue of Batman in this week of turmoil and people cracking. It's Damien and Batcow and Little Gotham, and it's just a fun little thing about how they're not really making fun of it. It's just a fun little kind of kiddie Batman comic. So if your kids want to read Batman and aren't really into the whole like tiny Batman, have them read this because this is fun and lighthearted. So and Damien's still alive in it, so Batman's not entirely dark in this one. And yeah, that's about it for this week, and that's about it for this segment in Batman Comic Hall. I'm gonna take this off now. So yeah, so that is this week's Comics and Coffee. I hope you enjoyed it, and I ask you to please read more comics and enjoy them. And oh, Ed, season finale Arrow's tonight. If anyone watches Arrow, season finale is tonight. So I'll be watching it. And I say good night and have a good day.